I do believe I hear the Parkers arriving. Pray excuse me, I must go and greet them. If you young people would like to go on ahead, we'll join you shortly.
Come on, Arthur. It's not that far. Just think of the wonders this stiff walk will do to your gastric and pulmonary systems. Which way is it to the cliffs?
You just follow the path through the walled garden, you can't miss it.
This way, Arthur.
We were seen.
By whom?
Charlotte Hayward.
Did she say anything?
Well, only to me, I think.
What did you tell her?
I didn't know what to say. I couldn't say we had an understanding, could I? Lady Denham would send me packing. She's so keen on the Denham name that you and she carry that obviously only an heiress with a minimum of £10,000 per annum will suffice. And to cap it all off now, I'm supposed to try and arrange it.
What did you say to Charlotte, I mean?
I just said that you were concerned for Lady Denham's health, which is true. I didn't tell her you wanted her dead and you wanted me to do it.
I didn't say that.
Oh, that's what you meant.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
My dear Clara, you come from nothing. Your time is up and you stand a very good chance of going back to nothing. If your uncle will take you back.
I could get a job.
As what? A waitress?
Lady's companion.
Oh, if she'll give you a reference. I merely pointed out that as the old lady hasn't made a will, if she were to die, you would receive your deceased father's share of her estate, a quarter of everything she has.
If you want her dead, why don't you do it?
Because I already inherit Dem Place when she dies. There's nothing she can do to change it.
Except that it might take years. She lets you live in your fine house, but actually it's her fine house. She just lets you live in it for as long as you're nice to her.
I can wait.
No, you can't. You're broke.
My estate has 5 farms. It has a mile of ocean frontage. I can borrow against it.
You're a knock up to your eyebrows and you can't sell so much as an acre while she lives. It's hopeless.
Well, whatever happens, she can't live forever. We could meet in secret.
If she found out I'd inherit nothing.
We're like 2 lovebirds caught in the same net.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Whoever are you talking to, Letitia?
Arthur Parker.
Where is he?
Down on the beach, of course.
Whatever are you doing to him?
I'm not doing anything to him. I'm just training him in the equine metasystemic methodology of the famous Dr. Muscovy.
You're teaching him to trot?
Yes, and I'm doing rather well. He could scarcely walk last week. Next week we're going to try to canter. You know, I met Dr. Muscovy in Aylesbury once. He believes that if only humans could be more like horses, the majority of our ailments would just disappear. Eat only vegetables and get a lot of exercise.
Sounds a bit like quack medicine to me.
Possibly, but it seems to work. He's lost 2 stone already. He might even be a marriable weight soon. Must go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Charlotte, I need to talk to you. Lady Denham wants me to try and act as a go-between.
How? Why?
Between Miss Lamb and Sir Edward, of course. I'm supposed to try and gain her confidence and speak to her in glowing terms about Sir Edward's affections for her and try and find opportunities for them to be together.
But she doesn't seem particularly keen on company. Never mind desperate to find a suitor. Oh, and what of your own affections for Sir Edward?
What of his affections for me? Well, if such a thing exists, then he must declare it in a proper and open manner. If not, then I'm well rid. As for Miss Lamb, I won't deceive her, but there can't be any harm in trying to befriend her. In that, at least, Lady Denham is right. Felicity is indeed a stranger in this country and is surely in need of good companionship.
Well, I've just passed her. She sits in the garden reading a book. We could say hello.
Can I help you?
Yeah, please call me Clara, and this is Charlotte. May we call you Felicity?
Call me what you like.
And, how are you enjoying your stay here in Sanditon?
It's cold. Why don't you tell me what really on your mind? You heard I was rich? You want some of it? You got a rich fella in mind you want to marry me after? Are yous blind? As a quadrant?
I don't think I quite understand.
As half mulatto. You understand that? Mulatto means half white, half black.
You don't look black. Not very black anyway.
I can be white when it suits folk, and black when it suits them the other way. Now, you want to marry me after that Sir Edward, right? Him already done his best to try and make me notice him. Now, if I marry Sir Edward, I'd be white. Right up until the day that he would get his hands on my money and my body, and then I reckon he'd reckon I was black. And if he didn't, then him friends would. Then what?
You're from a rich family. Your family own an enormous sugar plantation.
My family is dead.
You've got family here in England.
If I got real family in England, why I here with Mrs. Griffiths in this godforsaken place?
Well, please, tell us. We'd like to know.
Well, Mr. Lamb, he were a plantation owner, and his wife died of sickness. His children died of sickness too. Then him bought his wives, and they lived in the wife house. And when one was sick or one got with child, he'd sell 'em in the market and buy another. But my mother, she was special. She was mulatto. She was a child or his manager with a native woman, and she was beautiful. But my mother died giving birth to my brother. And Mr. Lamb, he was old, and him had no one left except me. So him brung me up to the big house, and him gave me my freedom. And he sent me to school, and he made me his heir.
So he did love you then.
My dear, he was a pig. I decided if I could be the perfect white daughter, then maybe he would not have his way with me. I was 9 when he took me up to the big house. I kept my act up for 10 years. I was 16 when he went blind, and I started to run the estate for him. And in that way I survived.
Felicity, we're not awful people. My life hasn't been quite as hard as yours, but at least you're financially secure, which is more than I am. My father shifted from one employment or one speculation to another and failed of success in any. He died when I was 5. My little hymn book, my only remembrance of him.
Clara, how awful.
My mother remarried a man named Dixon, and for a while she prevailed upon him to let me go to school. But she died suddenly and in terrible agony. So I became a drudge, bringing up Dixon's children, until rescued there by an uncle. But he soon tired of me, so that all was left for me was a job in service.
Like 95% of women everywhere.
So what happened?
Well, my uncle found me a job with a Mrs. Cavendish Dawes. The interview went well, but a few days later I received a letter of rejection. My uncle reckoned it was because I was too pretty and too much of a temptation for Mr. Dawes. He may never really know. I was without a future until Lady Devon's visit, and upon her affection, I'm now totally dependent.
So, what's your story?
Well, you both make me feel guilty. I grew up on a farm, the eldest of 10 children, and, well, I had a wonderful, if somewhat sheltered childhood. Look, I have sympathy for you both, I really do, but, well, that's in the past, and it's behind us.
The past may be behind us, girl, but it sure shapes our future.
Oh, so, what is your future, Felicity?
Certainly not as the plaything for a pop-in jay like Sir Edward. Soon I will be rich and independent. Slavery is an evil on mankind, and I intend to fight it.
So be it. But there's no reason we can't be friends and have a bit of fun along the way. I have a plan whereby we might all get what we want.